All right, welcome to your strength and conditioning, and today it is all legs and core. And if you weren't with me on Tuesday for my core class, I got a fun new core exercise that we are doing today. But before we get into our legs and abs, we got to get ourselves warmed up. So let's do our 10 jumping jacks. Whether you want to do our 10 high impact or 10 low impact jacks, up to you. And then once you have done your 10, we're going to alternate 10 front lunges. Keeping the lunge nice and small. We're just warming up those hips, knees, ankles, getting everything ready to rock and roll for the workout today. 10 lunges total, 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Dropping that back knee down, still keeping that posture tall so our abs are tight, our eyes are straight ahead. And once you have done 10, we'll move into some leg swings front to back. Feel free to hold on to something for balance. We're just gonna swing the leg forward and backward, warming up through that hip joint a little bit more. Getting your eyes onto a focal point, keeping those abs nice and tight still. Just swing the arms with the leg. Doing 10 swings on each side. And then once you have done your 10 leg swings, we're gonna come down onto the floor, high plank or push-up position. And if getting right down onto the floor is not an option, then feel free to elevate your hands onto first or second step of a staircase, a workout bench, or a nice solid coffee table. The higher your hands are off the floor, the easier you're gonna find this plank position. So hit the deck when you are ready. Hands and feet, take one foot, step it nice and wide to the same hand, open up towards the ceiling, set that foot back, same thing, other side. Eyes are gonna follow that hand to the ceiling, opening up through that shoulder, hip, and chest. Doing 10 rotations total, 5 on the left and 5 on the right. And once you have done your 10 rotations, I need you to stay down in this plank position, finishing off with either 10 plank toe taps or 10 plank jacks. So you have the choice to either jump or step the feet. Either way, 10 reps total, and then we get to rock and roll. Perfect. We're gonna do 35 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and we are going to do each move only twice. That is it. So just twice per move. And again, some of them are a left and a right, which is move number 1, which is a split lunge. So I need one leg in front. We're gonna take one leg to the back. You can hold on to 2 dumbbells, 1 or none. But from this position, we'll take the back knee. We're gonna drop it straight down to the floor, keeping that chest up, abs nice and tight, pushing the floor away with that front foot. So grab weight if you are going to use. Pick a side, left or right. And let's get at it. All right, one leg to the front, one leg to the back. Shoulders back, eyes are up, and we're gonna drop that back knee. Getting it as close to the floor as you can. Weight is through the heel of your front foot, and you push the floor away with that heel to come back into standing. Now you may feel, as you come down into that lunge, a stretch through this quad and that hip flexor, totally fine. Kind of depends on how tight you are to start. I need about 3 more seconds. Perfect, and we're gonna switch sides. Same thing other side, keeping the same weight from one side to the next, so don't switch your weights up quite yet. Shoulders back, abs are tight, let's drop that back knee. And you may find one side a little bit better than the other. We're still warming up, getting that body still more warmed, getting ready to get deeper into the workout today. Pushing that floor away with the front foot, keeping that tall posture. Try not to look down at your feet. I need about 10 more seconds. We'll do each side one more time. So if you want to make a weight change, you got about 10 seconds to do that. So if you want to go heavier or lighter, now's the time to do it. So one leg to the front, one leg to the back. We're on that first leg again. Get that posture set up and drop that knee. Good. See if you can get a little deeper into the lunge. You're a bit more warmed up. Whew. My heart rate is going. Nice. Still keeping the weight through the heel of your front foot, eyes up, abs tight. You know all that good stuff. I need 15 more seconds. We have to do the other leg one more time and then we get to move on to one of our new core moves that I pulled out on Tuesday. Woo. Good. Oh, you guys ready? We gotta do that second leg. Let's get set up. We got 2 seconds. Shoulders back, eyes up. Let's drop that knee. So what's gonna happen when the timer goes? You still need one dumbbell, but you need to be able to keep it overhead as we do a move called the Turkish hinge, which is a part of the Turkish get up. We're just gonna do one small middle piece that's gonna work through the obliques, but you need to be able to keep one dumbbell up and overhead. All right, 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna stop the timer so I can go over that move a little bit better. Good. So one weight for me. I need you to pick a side, left or right, but this is how you're gonna set it up. So I'm gonna show you from the side. So I need one knee on the, you're gonna kneel, take one leg and bring it out onto external, I cannot speak today. We're gonna externally rotate one leg. So one leg on the knee, other leg, externally rotate. I've got 90 degrees and 90 degrees. Whatever leg is up out in front, that's the weight, that's the hand that has the weight. Now from here, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go to the side here. You're gonna push your hip back. We're gonna keep our eyes up and we're gonna bring our hand down right beside the knee. So think of 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock, and then we're gonna come back up. So as we come down into that Turkish hinge, so here, you're gonna feel your oblique, and then we're gonna use those obliques to get us back up. All right, you guys ready to do this? Let's give it a whirl. Let's get ourselves set up. Here we go. So push that hip back. Come on up. Keep your hands to your ceiling or your eyes to the ceiling. And we're just dropping this hand right down beside the knee. Think 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock with those hands. Keeping those abs nice and tight. Sitting that hip back so that the hand will come to the floor. Good, I need about 10 more seconds and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Keeping the same weight from one side to the next. Good. I'm gonna fold this up a little bit more. So switching legs, so now the other leg is externally rotated out to that 90 degree. We're gonna switch hands, get that weight to the ceiling, push the hip back, bring that hand down to the floor, 6 o'clock and 12, and then pop it up. It is not a very big move, but again, we're gonna work through those obliques in a very unique way, which is always fun to do. It's fun to find new ways to work the same muscles. So we got less than 10 seconds and we need to do each side one more time before we move on. So if you want to go heavier or lighter with your weight, you've got 10 seconds to do that. You can even do this body weight. You do not need to have a weight in your hand if you do not want to. All right, 90, 90. Let's get that weight up. Push the hip back. Good. And you may find too, now that you're in round 2 of this Turkish hinge, you may be able to get a little bit deeper. It may just feel a little bit more fluid. It takes time for the body to learn new movement patterns. So whenever you try something new, it can feel a little awkward sometimes. Good, 5 more seconds. And then the more we do it, the better it gets. Awesome. Let's swap it out. Switch hands, externally rotate that other leg, get that weight up towards the ceiling. Here we go, come on down. So this is our last time here. When the timer goes, we're gonna stand up. I need you to pick a side, left or right. You can use 2 dumbbells, 1 or go body weight, but we have lateral lunges. We stay all to one side and then we switch. Good. So 10 seconds, you're gonna figure out how much weight you're gonna use and what leg you're gonna start on. In 5, 4, 3, 2, there it is. Good. All right, come on up. Find your weight. If you're using any, pick a side, left or right. Start with those feet together. We're gonna step out to the side. So with 2 dumbbells, we're gonna straddle the knee, feet together, same thing on the other side. Or sorry, same thing on the same side. We are not alternating today. But as you do your lateral lunge, I want you to think of pushing that hip out and keeping the chest up. And then we're gonna use that lateral glute and your quad to push those feet back together. We have less than 10 seconds, and then we get to switch, keeping the same weight from one side to the next. Perfect, good. All right, grab water whenever you need it. Start with those feet together. Here we go, step it out. Pushing that hip out and back, keeping your eyes straight ahead. So try not to look down at the feet. As soon as our eyes come right down to the feet, our shoulders are gonna round and we're not gonna have that nice neutral spine. Now, if you find the 2 dumbbells starts to get heavy, then I want you to drop one and we'll just do hand to opposite foot. Drop it down to the 1 weight, or drop both weights, go body weight to finish off. I need about 5 more seconds. There it is. Shake. We gotta do each leg 1 more time. So if you're gonna go heavier or lighter, make that weight change. You've got 3 seconds. Are you ready? Back to that first leg. Step it out. See if you can maybe sit that hip back a little bit further. Maybe step out a little bit further. Or if you went heavier on your weights, that is good as well. Try to do every time you do a different round, see if you can challenge yourself a little bit more, whether it's with the weight or range of motion. Less than 10 seconds. We got 1 more leg to do and then we get to move on. In 3, 2, perfect. 1 more side. And then we're gonna sort of take that Turkish get up and turn it into a windmill. Here we go. Step it out. Feet together. So we kind of use that Turkish hinge, get those hips and obliques nice and warmed up. We have windmills next. So we're gonna use 1 dumbbell or kettlebell, and you're gonna pick a side, left or right to start on. We're gonna keep the weight in the bottom position, so the bottom hand, unless you want that added challenge, then you can put the weight in the top hand. All right, less than 10. You're gonna figure out your weights, and you're gonna pick a side, left or right. Perfect, good. So if my weight is in my left, I'm gonna turn my toes slightly to the left, keeping my weight in the left. Right hand comes up. My knees are soft, push your hips out. Drop the weight down between the feet. Keep your eyes to the ceiling. Come on up, good. So as you come down, you're gonna get a stretch through the outside oblique and that inside hamstring. Those are the muscles you're gonna use to pull yourself back up into standing. Nice. Doing your best to drop the bottom arm to 6 o'clock, keeping that top arm to 12 o'clock. In 4, 3, 2, good. Keep your feet right where they are. Just simply swivel to the other side, switching hands with that weight. All right, 2 seconds. Let's get that hand up, push your hip out, drop that dumbbell down. Now my knees are soft, they're not locked out, but all of the movement is coming from the hip joint. Kind of think doing a deadlift to the side. Dropping the hand, bottom hand to 6 o'clock, keeping your eyes and the other hand up to 12 o'clock. And I need 10 more seconds. We're gonna do each side 1 more time. You can go heavier or lighter with the weight, or if you want the added challenge, put the weight in the top hand versus the bottom. All right, switch. Now I'm gonna do top hand loaded, keeping my weight the same. So I'm gonna press that hand up, nothing else changes. Push my hip out, drop down. Good, Come on back up. Now, my top arm with the dumbbell that's in it is locked out. That elbow is nice and straight. I'm gonna stabilize through the shoulder to keep that weight up to 12 o'clock. Good. And you may find on round 2, you can get a little bit deeper into that position. You're now more warmed up. Hamstrings are more warm. Good. Switch your feet. Switch your hands if you're keeping in the bottom mount. Whew. I'm gonna go top because I did top on the last one. I'm gonna go a little bit sideways on this one. So hip is out. I'm gonna drop it down. And then come on up. Good. Always keep your eyes to the ceiling. Does not matter if you're going body weight with that hand or you have a weight in it. And you're aiming for 12 and 6 o'clock with those hands. Now when the timer goes, we're gonna hit the deck. We need 1 dumbbell for some plank dumbbell pull-throughs. Okay, everybody's gonna be on their hands, but you have a choice from either the knees or the toes. So hit the deck, knees or toes, plank position. We're gonna reach under the body. We're gonna grab that weight and pull through to the other side. I need your eyes on the floor so we can keep your spine in that nice neutral position. We're gonna tuck that belly button in. You're gonna feel your abs and your glutes tighten up, keeping those hips nice and square to the floor. You got it. Now the heavier your weight, the more of a challenge it's gonna be to move the weight from left to right. I need 10 more seconds. And we're gonna do this one more time. In 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good. So if you want to go heavier or lighter, make that weight change. We got 5 more seconds. We're going to rock and roll, and then we go back to our legs. Let's pop it up, my friends. Reach under, pull through. Good. Squeeze your butt, tighten up those abs. Make sure your hips do not start wandering up towards the ceiling. Get them down, nice and square with the floor. I need about 15 more seconds here. We stand up. We grab 2 dumbbells, 1 or go body weight, 2 rounds of reverse lunges, alternating left and right. In 3, 2, there it is. Come on up. So grab whatever weight you want to use, reverse lunges, and we are going to alternate left and right. So shoulders down and back. We're gonna step it back. Drop that back knee. Come on up. Good. Drop that back knee. Perfect. Keeping those eyes straight ahead for me. Shoulders are just down and relaxed. And your core, abs, always engaged. Good. Don't worry about your speed. Get nice, big, full ranges of motion with those legs. I need 10 more seconds. And then we get to rinse and repeat one more time. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. Keep the same weight. Go heavier, go lighter. Hold on to 1 dumbbell goblet style, or like I said, go body weight. Here we go. Once we are done these reverse lunges, we are sticking with the lunge, but we're gonna go forward. So we'll do 2 rounds, alternating front lunges. Whatever weight you used to go back, you should be able to use to go forward. Good. 15 more seconds. Feel free to grab a quick drink between our reverse and front lunges. We got less than 10. In 5, 4, 3, 2, there it is. Good, shake it out. Now, rather than stepping back, we're just gonna step it forward. We got 3 seconds. Grab your weights. Here we go. So step it forward, drop that knee, push off with the heel to bring the feet together. Now, the bigger you step forward, the more of a challenge it's going to be, but you need to step forward enough so when you drop that knee, we're not too far over that toe and our heel does not come off the floor. Heel always stays down. Good, 10 seconds. I need 5 more, and we gotta do this one more time. 3, 2, Good. Shake it out. Make a weight change. Drop down from 2 dumbbells to 1 or body weight. We got 3 seconds. One more time with these front lunges. Here we go. Lunge it forward. Once we are done our front lunges, we're sticking with the legs. We're gonna keep our dumbbells. You can also use one heavy kettlebell if you prefer. We have deadlifts coming up next. Straight leg deadlifts, using 2 dumbbells, 1 kettlebell. Feel free to make a weight change for the deadlift if you wanna go a bit heavier. I need 10 more seconds, and then grab a quick drink if you need it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, oh, good. All right, 2 dumbbells, 1 heavy kettlebell, whatever you have. We're gonna soften the knees, keep the weights in front, and we're gonna push the hips back. You ready? Shoulders back, get those eyes up. Get that nice stretch in the hamstring. We're gonna shave the legs with your weight, aiming to come down towards the shoelaces, keeping that belly button pulled up into the spine. Abs are nice and tight. Squeeze your butt as you stand back up. You got it. Good, so as you come down, make sure you don't start rounding the shoulders. Push your hips out, roll those shoulders back. I need 5 more seconds, come on. In 4, 3, 2, perfect. We gotta do that one more time, and then we're gonna come back down on the floor, and we're sticking with those obliques. In 3, 2, here it is. Soften the knees, shoulders back, push that butt back. See if you can get a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to the shoelaces, keeping those eyes up. So my eyes are coming down and in front, almost on a 45-degree angle, so I'm not looking right down at my toes. I need 15 more seconds, and you're gonna pick a side, left or right. Find your mat, side plank. Now we're gonna add a row with an overhead press. You can add a weight or 100% body weight. Woo. All right, so find your mat. Pick a side, left or right. Now, you can do a modified side plank, keeping the bottom leg bent, or a full side plank, keeping both legs straight. This is how it's going to look. You're gonna pop up into your plank. We're gonna row up the body and punch straight to 12 o'clock, and then come right back down, whether it's body weight or with the dumbbell. All right, we got 3 seconds. Let's pop it up. We're gonna row and press. Good. Keeping that hip up off the floor as high as you can. Good. Now, when the timer goes, I'm gonna give you an option. You can stay on the same side and go 2 and 2, or you can alternate left and right. I know sometimes 10 seconds is not a lot of time to flip over to the other side. I need 5 more seconds here, and then either stay on this side or you can flip with me. Woo, good. Either way, we gotta do each side twice. All right, again, modified, keep the bottom leg bent. Full, keep both legs straight. Let's pop it up. Get that hip set up, row close to the body, punch that ceiling. And remember, you can do this body weight. You do not need to have a dumbbell in your hand. Good. See if you can do maybe 1 or 2 reps in a full plank position, and then drop to the modified if you need to finish off. I need 10 more seconds. We gotta do each side one more time. In 4, 3, 2, hold. All right, drop and roll. You guys ready? In 3, 2, let's pop it up. Here we go. Row and press. Good. Keeping that hip up off the floor as high as you can. Now you can just keep your eyes looking straight ahead, or you can have your eyes follow the dumbbell. I like to hold it at the top for an extra second before going into my next rep. Just keep it nice and controlled. Don't race through it. The faster you go, the more unstable you might feel. 5 more seconds, and we got 1 more round. Whew, that's it. Shoulders are burning. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, let's pop it up. Here it is, row and press. Now we have one move left, that is it. This is a move that I also did earlier the week. It is a superhero press. It's basically a version of the windmill. You need to keep a weight or your hand to the ceiling like we do in the windmill, but rather than pushing the hip out to the side, like a side deadlift, we actually sit back more into a squat. Whoa. Woo. Holy smokes, that's it, I'm done. All right, so this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna show you body weight and then you can add weight if you like. So we're gonna get our feet into a squat position. We're gonna bring a weight up to the shoulder if you are using, and then we're gonna press that hand overhead. This is our starting point. Now, from here, we're gonna push the hips back like you wanna squat. We're gonna keep our hands to 12 o'clock or the ceiling. Couple of options with the spare hand. You can keep it down and use it as a guide rod as you come down in between the knees and then come on back up, or keep the elbow bent and bring that elbow down towards the inside of the knee. So I want you to think more squat rather than deadlift, and keep your feet facing straight ahead so they're not twisted one direction or the other. All right, 5 seconds. We're gonna rock and roll. So let's get a weight up to the ceiling, or up to the shoulder, up to the ceiling only if you're using. Eyes are up. Here we go. We're gonna sit, 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 and then come on back up. Good. So you're gonna feel that oblique on the same side that's weighted or has the hand up to the ceiling. And again, as soon as we load overhead, it changes everything. So do not be surprised if you have to drop your weight down a fair bit. There is a lot happening at once. 3 more seconds. Yes, bring it down. Switch hands. All right, I'm gonna go to the side on this one. So weight up, I'm gonna press, keep my eyes to the ceiling, and I'm gonna sit back. Sit, 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 as low as I can. And you may find one side a bit better than the other. Good. I tend to hang out in the bottom for an extra second. Make sure that I'm good and stable before I stand back up. Remember, you can do this 100% body weight. Whew. And you may find you just get to here and then you need to come back up. Totally fine. Oh. All right, we gotta do each side one more time. So let's go back to that first side. Let's press that weight up and we're gonna sit it back. Here we go, sit. Now you may find round 2 a bit better than round 1, but I want you to go nice and slow and controlled. Think of pushing your hips back onto your heels, keeping your eyes up to the ceiling. Nice. I have about 10 more seconds left. Not just me, all of us. And then we have to do the other side and then we are done. Oh, 3, 2, there it is. All right, last one, my friends. Let's get that weight up. You ready? I need 35 more seconds. Here we go. Grab a seat. Come on, back up. I'd rather you do maybe only 3 or 4 reps, but be nice and controlled, slow, making sure you're keeping those abs tight, making sure that you're sitting those hips back rather than pushing your hips back like a deadlift. Good. 10 more seconds, that's it. See if you can do another 1, maybe 2 reps. Good, in 4, 3, 2, there it is. Done, my friends. Grab some water, meet me down on the floor, on your back. We're gonna bring those hands out like the letter T. Nice. Whew. All right, knees bent, arms out. Drop the knees left or right. You can kind of hang out here. If you want to go deeper into that hip and lower back, Then I want you to extend the top leg. Keeping that opposite arm down on the floor and just hanging out until any tension through that hip, lower back is gone, which is usually 2, maybe 3 nice big deep breaths. And once that has happened, I simply want you to switch sides, doing the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna drop the knee. We're gonna either hold it here or extend that top leg. And just let that tension just fade away with each exhale. And once you have done both sides, we'll bring those knees back to the center, bringing one leg up towards the ceiling, grabbing either above or below the knee or the toe, but the goal is to get this leg straight. And if you can do that and you still don't feel much of a stretch, then I want you to extend the opposite leg, getting deeper into that hamstring, just holding it until any tension in the hamstring fades away, and then just simply switch sides. Noticing if one side feels tighter than the other, because then what you might want to do is go back and do that tighter side one more time. Good. Now, once you have done both hamstrings are feeling good, we're gonna bend the other knee. We're gonna cross over, ankle over knee, and go into our figure 4 stretch. We're gonna get into that hip again. So from here, we'll cross an ankle over a knee. You can either push that knee away with the same hand or grab onto the same leg and pull in. Nice. Again, just breathing with each exhale, letting more tension go out of that hip, and then just simply switch sides whenever you are ready. Push away with the hand or grab onto the uncrossed leg, you choose. Once you have done both hips, both figure 4s, we're gonna sit all the way up. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together for me, grabbing onto those ankles. And then you can just let gravity do its thing, or you can use your elbows to push those knees down a little bit further. And the closer you get your heels to your body, the deeper the stretch as well. So keeping your feet out wider will be easier. Bringing them in closer will deepen that stretch. And then we'll take one leg, we're going to extend it out in front, cross the other leg over, give yourself a nice big hug as you twist to look behind you. Getting in through that hip and lower back one more time. And just hang out here until any tension in the hip just goes away, fades away, things feel good. And then just switch sides whenever you are ready. Same thing. Give yourself a hug, twist to look behind you. And once you have done both sides, I want you to flip over into your tabletop position. So we're on our hands, we're on our knees. I want you to flex your feet and push your hips up and heels into the floor. Feel free to pedal out the feet if that helps you feel your calves, or you can just keep both heels down on the floor. Head is between the shoulders as best as you can. I'm gonna pedal out here a little bit. And then I want you to walk your feet towards the hands, and I want you to hang like a rag doll. Now from here, I want you to get your feet a little bit wider. If you can, hold on to your toes. If not, just hang out wherever it's comfortable for you. But from here, your feet are wide. You may even need to turn your toes out slightly, but I want you to sit down into a nice deep squat. And then from here, elbows are on the inside of my knees, and I'm gonna push my knees out. And then you can rock a little bit from side to side. We're just gonna open up these hips a little bit more. Good, and with each exhale, see if you can either sit a little deeper or push those knees out a little bit further. And then we're gonna have you bring your hands back either on the floor or by your toes. We're going to extend those legs back up, bring those feet back together, hang, open up through those shoulder blades, arch that mid back, And then slowly start to stand it up vertebrae by vertebrae, bringing those shoulders down and back. Let's interlace those hands and open up through the chest. So stick that chest out, shoulders down. And then from here, we're gonna bring one arm across the body, getting a nice stretch around the back of the shoulder. Play around with the angle of the arm so that you can feel that stretch. And then just simply switch sides whenever you're ready. From here, we're gonna give ourselves a nice big old pat on the back. We're gonna push that elbow back with the opposite hand. You're gonna open up a little bit through that rib cage. And then just simply switch sides whenever you're ready. And we have one final stretch left. We're gonna finish off with those quads. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, find a wall or a chair, but we're gonna grab an ankle. We're gonna glue the knees together, and then I want you to push that hip forward. And just hold until any tension in that quad just fades away. And then you can switch sides whenever you are ready. Gluing the knees together, pushing that hip forward. And once you have done both sides, you are good to go. Job well done on your leg and core workout. Hopefully you enjoyed that Turkish hinge and that superhero press, but have an amazing rest of the day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next workout.